Lads and ladies, welcome back. Put on your oven mitts because I think we got a little bit of a hot one here today. Though admittedly, I might be just a smidge late to the conversation. I have literally had this video open in my browser for I think like 3 or 4 days now. I've been wanting to watch it and wanting to react to it. And now I'm seeing other people put out their reaction videos to it, and I can't even watch those videos because I haven't done my reaction yet, and I don't want to spoil the video. So finally, it's Sunday. We got a little bit of time. We're going to sit down. We're going to watch this video and give our reaction. And of course, the video that I'm talking about is this video by Kingerd. It's been making the rounds. It's titled, "Big Streamers Just Don't Get Battlefield." And as you probably very well know, this particular topic has become a little bit of a thing in the community over the last week or so. A lot of people talking about Warzone streamers and Battlefield and saying that Warzone streamers are going to ruin Battlefield. And apparently this video is, I think, at the core of a lot of that conversation. And because I like to pretend like my opinion also matters, we're going to take a look, see what he has to say, and throw our 2 cents right on top of that dumpster fire. So, without further ado, let's get started.
Presents a dark day in our history. With this monstrous, unprovoked attack, no country is safe from their reach.
So how are you going to look at me and tell me, oh, battle royales are overdone? That comment pisses me off. It really does, man. When people are like, we don't need battle royale.
Oh, man. This is going to be good.
But I don't think that that's the sauce of this game. Battle royale for this would be fire. I know you don't.
Don't think what's the sauce of the game. The sauce of Battlefield is
good progression, reasons to log in daily. It needs battle pass shit for sure, and rank game modes.
I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
Several of the world's top streamers have voiced their criticisms of the
All right, hold on. Real quick. Just a couple of things. I know I'm getting started already, but all right, so one thing, the sauce of Battlefield is conquest. Okay, that is Battlefield. There's a lot of other game modes, but Battlefield is conquest. So that's just point number one. Second, that guy, I think his name's XQC. I have only ever really seen that guy in clips on other people's videos, but I did see that clip where he was talking about battle passes and bruh. I don't know what that guy's I don't know what his thing is, what kind of games he bruh. Anyway, let's just go. All right, I'm stopping already. We need to
Battlefield
just
6
go.
beta, and I feel like I've stepped into a time machine with how outdated some of these takes are.
So what do you mean the newer game mode that has come into gaming, the battle royale, is overdone? How is that possible?
Wow, primitive.
I'm talking about the ones that seem to have, we'll just say, a favorite type of game. Rest assured, while we are about to tear into some dog water takes, that doesn't mean that I don't respect any of these streamers for the channels they've built, or that I hate them all, or whatever. I know these people love gaming, but the role gaming plays in their professional lives seems to have completely skewed the way they view video games. And if EA and Battlefield Studios bow the knee to these kinds of streamer demands, I think Battlefield 6 as we know it will be doomed to join the ranks of other corpses paraded around like puppets pretending to be series we used to love. As I'm about to show you, these guys just don't get Battlefield. And speaking of spending a long time using the same product, remember that Flexi Spot desk sponsorship I did over a year ago?
So, back to it.
So what are these big streamers saying that tells me they just don't get Battlefield? Let's get into it. You show me a COD streamer finally trying a different game, and I'll show you someone who spouts Battle Royale like it's a nervous tick.
You like it? I do. I think that VR is going to be like if I come back and play it, I think I'm going to play that a lot more than I play this.
Overall thoughts on the game? I'm having a blast. And
It's
I
so
think
true,
ultimately,
bro.
too, it's getting
It's
us
so
excited
true what he's
for
saying.
what potentially Battle Royale could be for this game.
Battle royale, battle royale, battle royales.
Battle Royale or VR? VR?
BR. Battle royale, battle royale.
I've seen a
excited
lot
for
of these
Battle
clips
Royale.
in shorts and stuff over the last couple days,
mean,
and it's
The
just
game itself,
crazy.
not the BR. I think I'm into a little bit of it, like the TDM.
Look, all right.
Play.
So here's the thing, okay? I think a Battlefield Battle Royale, it could be great, right? It could be a lot of fun. It could be really cool. I like Warzone. I like a Battle Royale as much as the next person, but Battlefield is its own game. Battlefield is a game about, kind of all out like over the top warfare, right? Like kind of like it's like a Michael Bay movie that you're taking a part in, right? Like Battlefield is about conquest and tanks and jets and helicopters and buildings exploding and stuff like that, right? Like that's what Battlefield is about. Could there be a good Battlefield battle royale? That's a mouthful. Yeah, there absolutely could. But like, it's not necessary, right? And I mean, I think look at what happened to Call of Duty. There's a risk that comes with it, I guess is what I'm saying. Anyway, let's keep watching.
For a couple days.
I'm gonna be honest, I almost checked out when he said he wants to play team deathmatch in a Battlefield game, but
that's crazy. That is crazy. Team deathmatch in a Battlefield game. I mean, seriously, come on. That is bananas. That is a dog water take right there.
More.
I like TDM and the domination thing. It's a little bit more intimate. So if you're a Call of Duty guy, you're definitely going to like the fact that like you're all really tight in a little map.
I mean,
translation, I really liked the moments this Battlefield game didn't feel like a Battlefield game.
I know
exactly.
you
100%. 100%.
Don't play it then. I'll play the BR.
Sure, Nick. A BR as one of many modes would be fine, but we all know that's not how this works. And he should know, he regularly plays one of gaming's best examples of a battle royale sucking up development resources and alienating the fan base of one of the most popular series in the world. New COD games serve as little more than invitations to come play Warzone these days. Titanfall 3 was canceled to focus on Apex, and Splitgate 2 could have had far more going for it if it didn't put all of its eggs into the basket of a subpar BR reveal.
100%. Everything that he's saying right now is exactly what I was just talking about. When I said that there are like risks involved with that, this is exactly what I'm talking about.
BR that's just passable doesn't fly in today's market, and I think Battlefield Studios knows this. That would be why they're using different studios to tag team different sides of Battlefield 6, including the not technically announced but obviously still incoming Battle Royale mode. But even then, do we really think EA will actually allow equal funding to updating Rush as they will their Battle Royale post-launch? The modern gaming evidence says no. If they do, great, but I doubt it. Which a BR focus might not be the end of the world if it stayed true to Battlefield's core in fairy tale land, but I don't see how it'd be possible to mix Battlefield's identity of a large-scale, casual, rock-paper-scissors, class-based combat with a hyper-competitive, limited-life mode like a Battle Royale and still be able to please everyone. So we need traditional modes to stay prioritized to retain what Battlefield is.
I see people talking about like...
Yeah, this dude is making like exceptional points. I mean, he is 100% right about, I think, like everything that he's saying. And that's the thing, right? Like battle royales, especially a free-to-play battle royale, it just, there's so much potential for it to just cannibalize the core game, and then the core game becomes an afterthought. Look no further than Call of Duty for, I think, probably the biggest and best example.
Battlefield doesn't need to be all right. Can you guys just let us have one that,
I mean,
like,
it doesn't need one.
I mean, dude.
Can we let you have one? Can we let you have one?
Don't you turn against me.
I don't know you anymore.
You guys already got one series to bend the knee. It's movement, it's sweat, it's tailor-made for you and your audience now. Instead of demanding Battlefield be more like COD, just go play COD. Battlefield's gonna get another Battle Royale, but as far as game...
Yo, straight up, trying to play Warzone these days is like, bruh, it's rough. I mean, he's 100% right. It's rough.
Games that don't feel like they have to focus on one?
Like, straight up, do a search on YouTube for, like, Warzone tips. That's how serious Call of Duty has become. I mean, it's Call of Duty. It's absolutely crazy. Like, he's 100% right. And... Like I said, there's risks. All right. Anyway, I got to stop interrupting. Let's watch this video.
Just let us have one? But why this obsession with battle royales from streamers? Why do they insist on new FPS titles always having one? Well, the answer is less about you and more about them. How about we let Tim explain?
Streamers and sweats ruin video games. Like, we tanked everything.
Yes.
There is some sort of, is there a word for like being an elitist?
Yeah, it's a word, but I think purist is more so what you're about to go for here.
There are people in gaming that play a game like Battlefield, or let's throw Halo in this bundle here, that only want the game they love to make the one thing that they love. Are you guys following what I'm saying here?
Yeah, I follow. You're saying a Battlefield fan wants more of what made them a Battlefield fan.
No shit.
Halo doesn't need the battle
There's nothing
royale
wrong
because
with that.
I love playing the multiplayer.
Correct.
Battlefield doesn't need the battle royale because I love playing the multiplayer.
Oh, now I get it. He's reducing the Battlefield formula developed over 20 years and 13 plus games down to just the selfish preferences of some guy he's arguing with in his chat. Because arguing with one hypothetical person's preferences is way easier than telling an entire fan base to step aside and let the COD streamer tell us what Battlefield really needs. Why does Battlefield need another BR,
Dude,
Tim?
it's rough,
Let's hear
man.
it.
For someone like me, I love playing battle royales.
Because you love playing them. Now, why should Tim's preference for a BR have any more merit than the rest of us? He's either
it's a fair
ironically
point,
being the
you know.
elitist he's attempting to speak against, or he's saying that his preference should be held to equal value as the Battlefield purists.
Right,
Doesn't
I
really
mean,
matter because both of those would be wrong. I
the
love
whole
horror
argument
games,
is a
Tim. Doesn't mean
fallacy.
other people are elitist if they tell me no to GTA 6 having a horror game mode. Come on, Tim, there's more to this. Tell us why you really want a battle royale that's not Warzone to play.
And on top of that, it's how I make a lot of my content.
The truth shall set you free.
Yo, this dude
This is the big
brutal.
disconnect with predominantly BR streamers. Games don't need battle royales to stay relevant with their audience. The streamers need battle royales to stay relevant with their audience. Or at least they think they do. Most of them are entertaining enough and good at video games. I bet if they branched out more often, they'd be surprised at the results. You see, in the streaming bubble, it can be easy to start conflating viewer numbers with player numbers. Obviously, stream views help games get exposure, I'm not arguing that, but stream views is not always an accurate metric for figuring out just how many people are actually playing a game. Look no
Yeah, that's
further
a good
than Mario
point.
Kart World. It sold over 5 million units in its first month, and reports showed 94% of Switch 2 buyers got a copy of it. It was,
Is
by
that
all
true?
available metrics, a console selling success. And how is Mario Kart World doing on
Almost
Twitch?
every Switch 2 owner has Mario Kart.
Oh. Battle Royales work really well for streaming. Every new match is like an episode of a TV show. There's a whole saga from dropping in, finding loot, close calls, and the final circle. If you pair that with an entertaining streamer, then you've got yourself a good live show for people to watch and engage with. These guys worked hard to create their brands, and a big part of that is managing audience expectations, so I'm not gonna knock them for wanting to maintain their numbers. If they can accept that Battlefield's identity is different from Call of Duty's, and they just want to come enjoy it, then by all means, come on in, the water's fine. No gatekeeping here. But if streamers expect the same kind of authority,
Yeah, and I think that is completely reasonable because look, I'm not like a huge Battlefield guy, right? Like I played Battlefield 3, I played Battlefield 4 a bit, but I haven't really played Battlefield at all since Battlefield 4. It's not like I'm like a Battlefield purist or anything, but like when I played the Battlefield 6 beta, I appreciated it for it being something that wasn't Call of Duty multiplayer or Call of Duty Warzone, right? Like what made it fun, what made it interesting. The reason why so many people jumped on that beta was because it was something fresh and new in the market, right? Like it was a different experience, and it was an experience that, you know, like he said, has been crafted over a long time. And like Battlefield 6 is taken the lessons of some failures they've had recently and really gone back to that formula that makes Battlefield unique and expressing that in, I think, the most, I don't know, the most focused way that they can, right? Like, and that is exactly why that beta was so successful, is because they said, what has made us successful in the past, and how can we build that out, those core fundamental, those foundational things, how can we build that out as good as we possibly can in this next game? And they did that, and they produced something that just absolutely captivated the entire audience in this particular gaming space, right? So anyway, this is going to take forever.
They have over COD's continued development over here at Battlefield. To that I say, you want a game crafted for a younger live stream audience, eh?
I think you guys want that hospital.
Weenie Hut General!
The thing I would say to everyone that's saying, oh, Battlefield doesn't need a BR, we don't need a BR. There's another game that said the same thing. And that game isn't doing that hot, okay? That's all I'm saying.
Dude,
the
but
willful ignorance.
right, exactly. Why isn't it doing so hot?
Infinite failed to keep its launch audience because it didn't have a battle royale is staggering. Are we talking about the same Halo Infinite? The one with so little content it didn't even have a Slayer playlist at launch? The one that backslid in both content and features from the games before it? The game that was competing with MCC? The game which had 0 microtransactions and 6 Halo games worth of content that could all be bought for cheaper than 1 Halo Infinite skin bundle? The game that took like 3 years of live service CPR to become a still over monetized but decent Halo game? That Halo Infinite? I guess playing Warzone for so long really has given him tunnel vision if his only metric for good game versus bad game is whether or not it has a battle royale. If we're going to ignore the quality of a game's launch with Tim's logic here, technically Halo Infinite had 2 main battle royales, one official and one made by the Forge Falcons. Why didn't you play it on stream more than like once, Tim?
But I did play Master Chief Collection.
Where were you and where were the swarms of battle royale fans ready to make this game successful? Better yet, why isn't Battlefield 5's Firestorm in its 7th year of prosperous live service? Could it be because battle royales are not a guaranteed lifeline regardless of a game's
I had
quality?
no idea that Battlefield even had a battle royale before this.
We don't need it. I got news for y'all, man. I'm going to tell you something. This is kind of hot. If this game BF6 flops, that may be it for Battlefield. Can we have an honest conversation here?
Yeah, we can have one. You're conflating what you think a game needs to be successful with what you think your channel needs to be successful.
We don't need a BR. Battlefield doesn't need a BR. In my opinion, this may be a hot take. You can hate me or not.
I don't hate you. It's just a disagreement over gaming. If anybody actually hates you over this, they're either too young or too mentally unstable to be on the internet anyway, so don't worry about them.
You're kind of gatekeeping the whole game from people that love battle royales.
Tim, have you ever seen Arrowhead's website? I doubt it, since Helldivers 2 isn't a battle royale, and let's not forget how that one went.
Okay, I don't know how I feel about it. Looking at it, if it's a game I would like playing or making content with, comment down below and leave a like on this if you want to see it. I'll consider it.
I'm not playing the game.
The amount of people telling me to play, I swear to God, they're paying people to come into chat.
I go to someone's stream. I had to leave after 2 minutes. You're shooting aliens, man.
I reacted to Jeff playing it, and I was like, dude, I don't know if this is for me, but chat won't shut up about it. I don't know.
A few moments later.
The video popped off. It's my most viewed video in a month. Got the most likes. So yeah, we're playing Helldivers today.
That wasn't necessary. It was just a reminder that big streamers like this tend to rate games
he's being
from the lens
hard
of what
on
makes their
on
content
Tim the
popular,
Tatman,
not
dude.
what makes a game popular.
He's
But
going
anyway,
hard
the
on
Arrowhead
him,
website says a
specifically
game
for some
for
reason.
everyone is a game for no one.
You're kind of gatekeeping the whole game from people that love battle royales.
And look,
who is Tim to demand an
look, he really is going in real hard on like Tim the Tatman specifically on this. And like, let me just say, like, I'm agreeing with him, I think pretty much on everything so far, but like, I certainly don't have any problems with any, like, I love Dr. Disrespect. Like, I think he's one of the most talented dudes on the internet. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm like, I normally like to play games. That's why I play. I talk about them and I stream them myself. But I will watch other streamers, and like Dr. Disrespect, Tim the Tatman, like there are a couple of streamers I can watch. Like, they're talented, they're funny, like I like those guys a lot. But that doesn't mean that they're right all the time. You know what I mean? That doesn't mean that you can't disagree with their opinions. It doesn't mean that they can't be wrong. Doesn't mean that I can't be wrong either, but you know. Anyway.
Established series like Battlefield bring in something it's never needed before. What, is it Helldivers 2 all over again? Does he think that what Battlefield is on its own won't be enough to farm content from? Boy, COD licking your boots really did go to your head, didn't it? It's this kind of arrogance that puts people off and makes them paranoid that streamers are going to try to use their popularity and their platforms to change.
And look, I know I keep stopping the video, but here's another thing. A point he just made, you know, like, do you think Battlefield isn't enough to make interesting content on its own? And that's the thing. I think Battlefield is, like, plenty interesting enough to make great content from. Like, I'm a very, very small streamer. I'm planning on streaming Battlefield 6, like, probably, I don't want to say exclusively, but let's say I stream 4 days a week. I'll probably be streaming Battlefield 6 3 of those days for at least the foreseeable future. Because one, it's going to be a lot of fun. I just feel like playing it, and so that's what I'm going to stream. But secondly, because I do think it's interesting enough to create fun content out of. Like, you get crazy moments in Battlefield games. You get moments in a Battlefield game that you are never going to get in like a Warzone match. Like, in that, just because they're different. Like, you get crazy moments in a Warzone match too, right? But you're not going to get, like, buildings coming down and jets and helicopters and just the all-out, like I said, the Michael Bay madness that you get from a Battlefield game, I think is ripe for great content. So anyway, I keep stopping this video.
Battlefield from what its fans like about it, just like they did with Call of Duty. Higher skill gap, faster movement, constantly shifting metas, the stuff that makes for more entertaining content but drives away the casuals. Warzone was just a BR mode at one point in time too, and we haven't forgotten about that. I doubt people are gatekeeping you, Tim. I doubt they're saying, we don't even want you to come and play Battlefield. Instead, I bet what they're saying is, we don't want you to come and try to change Battlefield with some of that same influence that helps change 100%. Call of Duty. It's not gatekeeping to say, you're invited to the party, just don't break anything in the house. You know what? Forget GTA 6 having a horror game mode, Tim. I like point-and-click story games, and if you don't want COD to put development money and resources towards a point-and-click story game mode, then you're selfish elitist and you're gatekeeping Call of Duty.
Everyone's talking about Firestorm. I did play Firestorm. In my opinion, didn't hit exactly like it could have been.
Okay, so now we are acknowledging that a game's quality can factor into a game's success when it benefits your argument, I guess.
There were things about Firestorm that kind of irked me from a battle royale standpoint that I just didn't love.
Okay, I guess our new rule of thumb is if there's a BR, the game's allowed to be either good or bad, but if there is no BR at all, automatic like bad. Battle royales are really just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the clash between Battlefield's casual identity and the increasingly competitive, retention-based FPS space. Brace yourselves, because you're about to see just how much modern gaming has rotted some people's perception of what a game needs to be good.
It needs a good progression, reasons to log in daily. It needs battle pass for sure, and ranked game modes.
Ah, yes, the guy who's successfully monetized being chronically online is regurgitating corporate-approved drivel.
Look, this dude, one, I can't understand what he's saying, and two, like, to spew that absolute hot dog water nonsense. This game needs microtransactions, battle passes. Look, I'm sure it's going to have those things, but that is like TikTok brain, just absolute no attention span nonsense. Absolute nonsense. This game is going to have those things because those things unfortunately make money, but it isn't going to have them because it needs them. And here's the important thing. It damn sure isn't going to have them because it makes the game better, because it doesn't. Those things objectively make games worse. Anyway.
Like a planted robot.
You must keep playing. You must buy battle pass. You must play skill-based. You must complete dailies. Log on. Log on. Log on. Log on.
I'm EA. I approve this
I've seen clips of him before.
How far has gaming fallen that this is something to actually want out of a new game?
I top fragged the comeback game. I don't even believe what he said. That was crazy.
I sat through enough of him refuse.
I can't understand what the dude's saying.
Using to revive teammates and solo rushing objectives to feel confident in saying the following. XQC is not interested in playing a Battlefield game for what Battlefield offers. He's an iPad kid that needs a dopamine hit every 5 seconds or else he'll switch to another app.
Yeah, I'm gonna be able to do. I forgot that Battlefield It's just like a corner camping, like prone game, like wait for the game to come to you type thing.
I have no doubt that Battlefield will have the usual retention gimmicks like battle passes and daily challenges, but to say a game has to have that and has to have ranked to keep people invested exposes one of the biggest problems in modern gaming right now. It all points to one thing, one leading factor that used to drive success in gaming. Might I remind you of an ancient, enlightening, once powerful but since forgotten word?
Strike us with the power of your voice.
If somebody wants to make the case that player retention tricks like skill-based matchmaking or login rewards lead to longer playtimes and more logins, they'd technically be correct. Which is the problem. Psychologically engineered methods to keep people playing to squeeze the live service juice out of a game for as long as possible has taken priority over pure fun, original ideas, or innovative.
I would challenge you to think about the following, right? Think of some of the most well-regarded, like iconic games and franchises, right? Think about the most iconic, the most well-known, well-thought of, you know, some of the biggest, most well-loved gaming franchises that you can think of. Okay, and think about when those games came out, and think about some of those games like came out before the internet is what I'm saying. Like some of the most well-loved gaming franchises were around long before we had live services, long before we had things like battle passes and all of that other microtransaction nonsense. And they are still to this very day not only considered some of the greatest games ever made, they are some of the greatest games ever made. People still go back and play them now. You can go on Twitch right now and there are people streaming Doom. Okay, so like, that's just the point that I wanted to make. Anyway.
Mechanics. XQC argues that Battlefield needs these gimmicks to stay alive. I argue that it's okay for a player base to move on and for a new game to come out. We are not the same.
Oh, this I don't like. You should not be able to use two primaries in a game like this. You can position yourself to have the perfect weapon in every single scenario, which kind of sucks. It's limited to shotguns, DMRs, and SMGs. I guess that's better.
It's the assault class.
The shotguns look broken.
Shroud never got on a pedestal about how Battlefield wasn't competitive enough, and he seemed to have fun overall, but I still included this clip because I think it gives us a good, candid glimpse into the mindset of a guy who streams mostly competitive games for a living.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I really don't like that. I need to see what it looks like from a live perspective when people do high drops.
Yeah, like I think he's looking at this stuff from like a competitive perspective, but Battlefield isn't a competitive game. And I would say the important thing about Battlefield is class identity, right? So each class should have a unique identity, and it should feel like that class has that class has a space within the game where it shines. Like he was talking about the assault being able to take two primaries, for example, like an assault rifle and a shotgun, or an SMG and a shotgun or whatever. And like that's important for the assault class because the assault class is meant to be assaulting, right? The assault class, you're meant to be like that group that's kind of pushing forward and that's kind of like clearing the way for everybody else to come through behind you. So you need to be prepared for like to engage at different distances, right? Like you may be crossing a big causeway, and at that point having something like an assault rifle is going to be exactly what you want, but you might get to the end of that and you might be bursting through a door into a building and you want to switch to a shotgun, right? Same thing with like the engineer, you know, like the engineer gets access to the LMG and rocket launchers and stuff, right? So that you can like take out buildings, you can provide suppressive fire. Like it's about class identity. And Battlefield, I think, at least in my opinion, is, like I said, not a Battlefield professional, but in my opinion, Battlefield works best when you have like a very clearly defined and really kind of like well filled out class identity, where each class really feels like it has something that it can contribute. That's when Battlefield works best.
Scope Clint, Really? We're doing scope glint?
Like with the BR streamers or XQC, the context behind why a streamer has the preferences they do, it's important for counteracting any hive minds that start to pop up. And with these clips from Shroud in particular, I think his background in competitive gaming makes him more likely to criticize anything that offers a competitive disadvantage. Anything that tips the scale too far in one direction, no matter the reason. Sniper glint, giving away your position. Carrying a second primary so assaults are more equipped to push the front line than any other class. A landing roll that gives you a delay before you can react to what's around you. He's not wrong, these things do have their disadvantages, and he's not demanding everyone else accept his personal criticisms like someone else in this video did, but my point is, making a game as fair and balanced as possible for hyper-competitiveness is just not what Battlefield is. If some sweat is hiding out in a building with a shotgun putting one in my chest every time I walk in the door,
take out the building.
You know what I should be able to do on a Battlefield game? Level the building. Or at least blow out the walls he's using as cover. If some tryhard shows up on Battlefield wanting to slide cancel circles around a 40-year-old father of two, you know what that tryhard sees on Battlefield? The barrel of an M1 Abrams. Battlefield in a nutshell is either you getting blasted by some BS, you blasting your enemies with some BS, all while working with your squad and team to counter whatever the other team's throwing at you. The balance comes in from the classes and vehicles, which is why I still think weapons should be class locked. When it retains its identity, Battlefield is absolutely not balanced in every encounter, and that's by design. Sometimes you're going to turn the corner and see 17 sniper glints like you're at a concert. Bring in the tank. Sometimes the building you're in is gonna collapse on your head and you have no clue why. No worries, a squad mate will get you back on your feet, as long as it's not XQC. Like with the Battle Royale argument, I don't think you can mix the fundamentals of Battlefield Sandbox with the ultra-focused balance that competitive play needs and be able to make everyone happy. So just stick to what Battlefield is and don't worry about competitive play or arbitrary retention tactics, or just don't make a Battlefield game. Make something else. It's that simple. It's too early to tell if Battlefield 6 will be great, just a return to form but not exemplary, or bad, but just remember, if Battlefield takes too many notes from big streamers who need gaming to cater to their stream views, their attention spans, or their preference for competitive play, this game will be doomed to toss aside the best of the series it's in to become something unrecognizable, like our boy Call of Duty did. Rest in peace. The execution of several Battlefield games over the years has been inexcusable, don't get me wrong, but the core of the series still stands. Just look at the beta numbers. People are still interested in a good, new Battlefield game that actually feels like a Battlefield game. These aren't stream numbers you're looking at, these are player numbers. People who actually put their hands on the game. Battlefield 6 can have what it takes to put the series back on track, just let it be Battlefield. If you want to see my take on
Yeah, I really like his kind of final point there, because that's exactly what I was saying earlier, right? Like, the whole reason the Battlefield 6 beta was as successful as it was is because they looked at, you know, even the last couple games that weren't so successful, and they asked themselves, why were these not successful, and why were some other games in the series as successful as they were? And they were able to identify, I think, the things that really make Battlefield great, and the things that allow Battlefield to shine when they are emphasized and really leaned on as fundamental core kind of gameplay concepts. And they took a look at that and they executed, and we got Battlefield 6. And I think that is 1000% exactly what they need to continue focusing on moving into the future with Battlefield 6. Focus on what makes Battlefield so great and so unique as its own game in the FPS space. Anyway, that's just what I think. Let me know what you think about it in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to stop by the stream. That's Grip It by the Husk on Twitch. I'm streaming like pretty much every weeknight that I possibly can, normally from like 8:30 to 11 p.m.-ish Eastern Standard Time. So stop by, drop in the chat, and say hi. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one real soon.